Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and this is another chat video. So yeah, by the thumbnail, CEX is closing. So what does this mean for us collectors in the physical media world? Let's talk about it today on the channel. Okay, so yeah, don't panic, it's not in the UK. Apparently this announcement's come out from the Netherlands. There are about 9 stores in the Netherlands, CEX stores, which sadly are closing. Apparently they will be keeping their online operation going. And I think the setup over in Netherlands is very different to what it is here in the UK. I think in the UK, I see a lot more stores. It's more of a franchise operation in the UK. Whereas I think in the Netherlands it may be set up differently. I don't know. I've never been to the Netherlands myself, but yeah, yeah, interesting news, because it kind of shows that certainly in the Netherlands are people going into physical stores anymore. Are they just sort of happy with the online experience? You know, could this start sort of trickling down to other countries? You know, there's CEX in a lot of European countries, I believe. I do believe in Mexico as well. So yeah, could we be seeing a shift towards sort of physical stores closing in the future? We've talked about it on the channel before, on live streams. You know, the stock in CEX is certainly going down. We're not seeing as much new stuff in these stores, certainly in the UK. People aren't necessarily trading things in. You know, it seems to be the same old stuff. You go in time and time again. Now, online, because you've got the availability of all the stores across the country, you can kind of source what you want, certainly within the UK. But obviously you do have to pay that postage charge, which I think is about £3. I have used CEX online before for certain purchases, taken a couple of gambles sometime on some special editions, but it's fortunately worked out. I don't know whether I would necessarily pick up a steelbook from them, because you know they could easily be damaged, scratched. You know, when you're picking up your steelbooks, you kind of want to see what you're buying. At least with eBay, you've got that with the photographs, etc. Whereas you know, CEX don't even have a grading system, which I know has been talked about on other channels. And to be honest, that's probably quite a good idea, to have like a grading, very much like you would have with mobile phones. You know, it gives the buyer a little bit more of an insight into what the condition of the product you're buying is. So yeah, that would be a good thing. But yeah, there's no need to worry that this isn't affecting the UK stores. It's business as usual as far as I know in the UK. But yeah, there are other European countries. I do believe Spain may have some CEX stores as well. So it'll be interesting to see whether this may happen in other European countries. I don't know. But yeah, very sad for the staff of the CEX stores in the Netherlands. And obviously for the people collecting physical media over there. You know, I believe there's Media Market as well, which is kind of like a similar sort of thing. But again, I'm not sort of familiar with that store. I have seen the online store, have browsed it, etc. But yeah, sort of another sort of sign that maybe in certain territories around the world that physical media is becoming more of an online sort of marketplace. You know, I know we still have the charity shops in the UK. Again, I'm not so sure whether they have those sort of equivalents in the Netherlands. I'm sure they do have second-hand stores. So hopefully people over there will still be able to source their physical media sort of, you know, via those means. It's always nice to go into these shops and browse products, isn't it? You know, I know we all heavily rely on sort of online shopping now, and for the majority, I do most of my shopping online, mainly eBay, again because of the sort of photographs that you see in store, well sorry, online. Yeah, it works, whereas I think in an in-store kind of thing, so if CEX was doing photographs of all the products, it would probably get quite confusing. I don't know, I don't think they would necessarily do that, but certainly a grading system, that would be a good improvement to their system. But yeah, sort of interesting news, this one, to hear that yeah, the Netherlands stores are shutting. As I say, there's only a handful of them anyway, yeah, disappointing news. But yeah, certainly for the UK, it's business as usual. So yeah, no need to worry for us UK collectors. Stick down in the comments, what do you think about this? See you next time.